Rents are skyrocketing. Here's how to profit without a pile of cash or credit. Hey gang, this is Mike with MrNoFluff.com. Go ahead and click the like button and let's share this message so other people can benefit from what I'm about to show you right now. Now, I don't know what state you're in, but everywhere that I've traveled in America, rents are going up and up and up. One great example is that about 10 to 15 years ago, a one-bedroom apartment in my city rented for $600, and this is a nice apartment, okay, for one bedroom. Okay. Today, that same exact one-bedroom apartment is renting for $1,100 to $1,200. Okay, depends on what floor you're in, etc. All right. So this is what I mean why rents are skyrocketing, because first and foremost of inflation, because the central bankers are constantly printing money one way or another. Okay. And now, but if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a real estate investor, even if you're not, I'm about to show you how you can profit from skyrocketing rental properties. Okay. Now, one of the major reasons that today is going to make you a lot of money because rents are skyrocketing is because besides the inflation, that's what makes price go higher and higher. Because to get a loan to buy a house is ultra low, almost 0%, right? Close to it, right? To get a mortgage. Now, I'm not telling you to get a loan, but I just want to let you know that if someone wanted to buy a house, they could the same payments they make $1,100 or $1,200. They could get a house that was 3 bedrooms or 4 bedrooms, and their payments are going to be $800, $900 a month. The reason is because after they pay their principal, interest, tax, and insurance, their payments going to be a lot lower if they get their own, because their interest rate is at almost 0%, 1 or 2 or 3%. Okay. Therefore, the monthly payments are way lower than if someone was renting, because a one-bedroom apartment, like I said, is $1,100. The same one that used to rent for $600 10 to 15 years ago. Now, if you're talking about 2-bedroom, you're easily looking at $1,500 to $2,000, 3-bedroom, etc. So, one of the advantages that rents are skyrocketing is great if you're a real estate investor, and I'm just going to show you how to do it even if you don't have credit or cash. Okay, but I want to explain to you that one of the benefits is that rents are skyrocketing, and two, that there's loans that have an ultra low interest rate, like almost zero. Now, there's two ways to structure these deals. Okay, the very first thing you have to do is you have to market and find motivated sellers. These are not people that want to list with a real estate agent. These are not people that kind of need to sell. They must sell. Let me give you some examples. That there's a divorce in the family, there's death in the family, job loss, job relocation, etc. So after you market to find these motivated sellers, there's two ways to structure the deals. One of the first way that I like to do is called subject to investing, and that's what I specialize in, because I teach you how I go out there and market to motivated sellers, and then just step in their shoes and just take over their payments. Okay? So I don't even get a loan. All I do is I just take over the seller's payment. Now, many of you guys say, hey, Mike, why would anyone want to do this? This is not going to work. But I can tell you I've done many, many deals where I just took over home sellers' payments. Teachers, firefighters, average people, city workers, so on. Okay? Now, why would someone want to do this? Because they're motivated. It's not your average person. Like, why would someone go to a pawn shop? Well, because they're motivated. So my audience is I'm the pawn shop of real estate. Now, one thing I want to show you is that you can buy a rental property that's skyrocketing without a pile of cash, because you don't need your own cash. Okay? Nor do you need your own credit. Why? Because if this is you and you start marketing to, a bunch of people and there's one guy that has a house and he's going to a divorce, he's willing to just let you take over his payment, what I call the subject to, okay? Then in this case, you don't have to go to a bank. Okay? No bank. No. Okay? You don't have to have credit because you're not using your credit. You're not going to the bank to borrow credit. What you're doing is just taking this guy's existing loan. You're just taking his payments. You're just stepping in his shoes and just making the payments for him while you own the property. The deed, the title comes into your name. Listen to what I said. You get to own the property. The title comes into your name, and it's not on your credit. It's on the seller's credit. So it's an amazing way to buy property. Okay, and you don't need a pile of cash. You don't need a lot of money. Nope. Nor do you need credit, because you don't have to use your credit. You don't go to a bank. You never go to a bank to borrow money. Okay. Now, this is one strategy. If you're interested in learning, how to structure these, how to talk to a seller, how to negotiate, how to market to them, then join my Abundance Club Mastermind. Okay, there should be a link that somewhere below or in the description, or go to mrnofluff.com, because I got my master black belt in what's called subject to investing, where I don't go to a bank, where I don't go to a lender. I market to motivated sellers, and I create a win-win situation where they're going to let me take their mortgage over if they have a mortgage, and if they don't have a mortgage, then I'm going to do some type of creative financing, like owner financing, where that seller becomes my bank, my lender. Okay. Pretty simple stuff, but it's pretty scary and unbelievable if you're new, you never heard about it, because that's not the traditional way to do it. Now, as a refugee to America, that I came here with $100 and started a business and had 3 businesses, never borrowed any money, I can tell you I'd never done stuff traditionally. Okay, that's why I was able to get out the rat race and never have a job. I've never worked for anyone. I've always been self-employed. And I started a business with $100, without credit cards, without debt. Start buying houses. Never went to a bank. Start having rental properties. And now in this upcoming crash that's coming, there's going to be great opportunity, because there's going to be a lot of these motivated sellers. They're going to be everywhere. They're going to be just everywhere, because they're going to lose money in their equity stocks. They're going to lose money in jobs, because big corporations have so much debt, and they're going to lay off people, and they may go under, etc. So it's going to be creating a wave of people here, and all you got to do is just market, and people just come to you. Okay, you just know how to structure these deals. Now, I talked about 2 ways. One way is called subject to. The other way is called the equity maximizer. All right. So now I've given you almost 90% of the secrets. So for the other 10%, I prefer if you just join my mastermind, and I'll tell you how to do the equity maximizer. But more importantly, I personally like the subject too. They're both very powerful ways to make money in this upcoming crash, because rents are skyrocketing, and they're going to continue skyrocketing because government, and they spend too much, and the central bankers, Federal Reserve, they print too much, so they go together. That's why, in 1970 you could buy a house for $24,000. Today that same house cost $240,000. So anyways, guys, go to mrnofluff.com and join my mastermind. It's just $19 a week, $76 a month, and it's a life changer. I teach you how to flip houses, how to wholesale, how to do fix and flip, how to be a landlord. Any of those things that you need, I help you with. And at the same time, my only job is to help you get your first deal. If you're looking to get your first deal, or if you're a seasoned vet like a lot of my students are, you're just trying to scale up. All right. See, thanks so much. Don't forget to click the like. Let me know. Do you think a crash is coming? Peace.